Fairhope has a small, coastal, laid-back feeling while still offering a tremendous amount of culture. Every weekend there's something to do here, and the stores are fabulous. We have the Witches Ride, we have 5K runs, we have events for the Haven and the SPCA, we have holiday open house, movies on the bluff, the Christmas movie downtown, Mardi Gras parades, several arts and crafts festivals, including the huge one in spring, the big arts and crafts. So it's like this wonderful little community where you know all of your customers and you know all the other business owners, but then we have all of this culture that you might have to go to a much bigger place to get. Not to mention that it's very beautiful here and that people have a lot of pride and have a lot of joy in maintaining the beauty and sense of community.
So tell me, I want to do this one too. So tell me, explain to me where you're actually from and a little bit of your personal history.
I was born in San Francisco, California. However, I soon moved from there as a child. I lived in Nicaragua and Panama in Central America, spent most of my childhood there, moved to Oregon after that, lived in California for a while in the Bay Area, and then we moved back to Virginia. After Virginia, we moved to Ethiopia and Africa. During that time, I did do some extensive traveling in Europe and parts of Africa, mainly Ethiopia and Kenya. I was also a foreign exchange student in Japan. I ended up going to college at the University of Virginia. I went there for both my undergraduate and my graduate degrees. I got a master's degree in education. And then we moved to a place called Culpeper, Virginia, and then we moved here. So,
and you've been here for 13 years, and what made you settle here in Fairhope?
Well, Fairhope is just the most charming little community. We came here and we found at the time this very friendly, warm, beautiful coastal community that had stunning beaches, offered a lot of culture, had a small town feel, and we also found a place where we could still afford to buy a house, and we could also had opportunity to start a business, to be involved in a community that was still growing and coming into its own. Although I don't know if I'd put in about the housing prices, because I think that they've really gone up. I don't think that's true today. Yeah.
We'll do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's lots of stuff to do in Fairhope. You love it. You settled here, we got that, and why it's so special. Tell me in a couple of words what you would tell somebody if they were looking into buying here in Fairhope.
I would tell them that it's an extremely unique community. It's very well planned out, that if you want to do something every single weekend downtown and have a sense of community, it is there for you. There's always something culturally going on. There's always charity going on. There's always entertainment going on, that we have nice restaurants. We have a beautiful little downtown. We've got a gorgeous pier and a gorgeous beach. But I would also say, if you just want to have solitude and peace and relax and be in a beautiful environment, that we also offer that. So you really kind of get the best of the both worlds. A small town with this beautiful peace and relaxation, and then you can also have the beautiful culture and the activities as well.
And it's not just a retirement community. A lot of people think
no.
Fairhope is retirement, but there's so much to do for every age here, and every age seems to just blend in together, and that's what makes it so special.
I do pay attention to the statistics of the community, and recently we have become much less of a retirement community, and really if you look at the rate that our schools are growing and the rate of growth in families and families with children, that demographic is growing greatly. So we really are not a retirement community.
And everybody just, and the crime rate is nil here.
It's very, really nil. I never worry if I have to stay late at work and I'm leaving at 11 or midnight at night. I don't worry about going to my car. Feel very safe here.
So you see a lot here in Fairhope that it's not, even though it's definitely a destination for tourists,
Yes.
you see the locals patronizing the shops and being a part and greeting the tourists, and so they make them feel at home. And
Yeah, my business runs about 50-50, and I look at the statistics off of my register, and you can really tell that we do a tremendous amount of business with tourists, but we also have the customers that we see every week. And people come from all over. They come from Daphne, they come from Spanish Fort, they come from Point Clear, they even come from the beach. People who are locals come here on the weekends and in the evenings to cook and go out to dinner, to shop and go out to dinner, as well as people who are here as tourists. So it's about 50-50.
so you know, even though it's a tourist destination, it hasn't lost its hometown charm.
Oh, not at all, not at all. And we have a very active group called the Fairhope Downtown Business Owners Association. It's all of us business owners. I feel like these are people that I've been in it now for 3 years. It's the same people. This is not, we don't turn over constantly. And if you look at a lot of those business owners, they've been here 10, 20 years. Some of them have been here 30 or 40 years. I mean, it's really amazing. And I will say that the people who do shop in Fairhope, the people who do live in Fairhope and come down here and shop and eat and participate in all the activities, it's a very close and fun and nurturing sense of community that we have.
So you own a fabulous shop, and I'll let you tell a little bit about it. Yes, I have to say, every time I come over, those turtles jump in my car and leave, but they never make it across the bay.
Well, that's okay, because we have, just like your doctor cannot talk about your medical care, your chocolate use is secret with us. We have strong HIPAA code, we don't want to violate your privacy. So I always tell people when they say, oh, I wonder if I bought enough for my husband or my child, I always tell them, well, if you get home and the wrapper's gone, they'll never know. So, and I'm not telling.
So what made you decide to open a chocolate, obviously it's not just a chocolate shop, but what made you decide to open that here in Fairhope?
For years I worked in healthcare, and I did smoking cessation, and I did a lot of healthy cooking. I was the director of patient education in a rural clinic in Virginia. When I moved here, I quit that job and stayed home and raised my kids, and I could not stop cooking. I loved cooking. I did it in my job. I did it when I came home. I was completely and utterly obsessed with cooking. So a friend of mine came over one day and she said, Jule, you're insane, go to culinary school. She gave me the information. I walked outside, got in my car, and went that day, signed up for 6 classes. I went ahead and I got my culinary degree. I then got my pastry degree, and I'm about 2 classes short of having a hospitality degree. I got to go back and finish that sometime. But at the end of my, because I had the master's in education as well, I got to teach. I had enough credentials to teach, so I could teach at the culinary school as well as being a student there. And it was just so much fun to work with food that a friend of mine said, I run a chocolate shop up in Culpeper, Virginia called the Frenchman's Quarter of Culpeper. And he said, do you want to do this? And I said, sure, I'll do that. So he gave me the opportunity to open up a branch of one of his stores, be an independent owner. So I opened up one, and right now we are actually, because I've added my own line and we've really differentiated ourselves from him, we are actually changing from the Frenchman's Corner of Fairhope, which was more his ideas, and we are now changing to Fairhope Chocolate. In October, we will change our name to Fairhope Chocolate.
So we need to put you in as Fairhope Chocolate because it goes to press next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
So, but it just, this kind of, he had equipment, he knew what he was doing. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right. You knew how to make it, you just did the...
Yes,
Right.
yes. So it was just really good for me to start with that kind of support. I am going to expand, and we're growing and changing every day. The Frenchman's Corner of Culpeper and of Fredericksburg, they are fantastic shops. But the one here in Fairhope, they don't offer my homemade pralines, caramels, turtles. They don't offer the barks, the caramel apples. They don't do the classes. So that differentiates us from the other shops. So it was time to change our name. Yeah.
Okay, in wrapping up, anything you would like to add to this that you want to make sure goes in your space in the article?
I would just say that there's a tremendous amount of passion in the shop. I have the most fabulous staff of women, which is the one thing people told me would be so hard would be to find good staff. And it is difficult, but I have hit the jackpot. I love the women who are working with me. And that chocolate and this kind of work, it's really like a piece of art. This is not gas station or grocery store chocolate. It is really high-end stuff. It is more expensive. I can't do anything about the world market price of chocolate.
You import some of your ingredients, correct?
Yes, I import the chocolate.
Okay.
So that I use. It's a Swiss line of chocolate. But just like a really incredible piece of music or a really fine piece of art, eating a piece of chocolate should be that kind of event for you. And a lot of people come in and say, well, this stuff is going to make me really fat. And I tell them, actually, you'll never eat another piece of gas station chocolate again. You will look for the quality. It's going to cure you of eating the junk. Because once you have the really good stuff, you go back and you taste the wax and the preservatives. And the fact that even a very, very popular national brand, their darkest bar is only 17% chocolate.
Right.
The rest is fillers. And that's their solid bar.
That is so different. Okay, I'm going to shut this up. If there's anything else you want to say?
Just come on by and get some good. Oh, we do classes.
You do classes.
We do classes.
We definitely need to have that in there.
Yeah, truffle classes, caramel apple classes, and gift giving, weddings. We'll do some catering. So,
Anything else about you personally you'd like to tell them besides you're passionate about chocolate?
gosh, just that we really are very customer service oriented, and it's not just for our bottom line. We actually love our customers, and we have more fun, and I think it comes out in how we treat our customers.
And Jule, anything else special about Jule?
About me, I like purple hair.
I love her. I keep thinking, I really want that streak.
Go get yourself some purple hair. Gosh, I just approaching life like it's a piece of art would be the
Life is like a box of chocolates.
yes, we got to try them all.
Okay, great.